Hiya, Blue Table fans! Hey, guess what? So Sean has now... Look, over there, Sean. Hi, Sean. Nope, sleep, Sean. Shh. Anyway, Sean has now given me permission to start doing tactic videos, so now I don't have to steal the camera. Alright.
Making so much noise.
Alright, so today I'm going to show you different uses for Kroot. Yay, Kroot! So, most people have said, I've shown the video about the Kroot wall, and most people say, well, this counters this, and mostly guard can just blow them out of the water. Well, with guard, you probably will never want to set them up in a Kroot wall, and I'm going to show you why. First of all, we need to talk about how to run Kroot. So, for my Kroot, I run usually two squads. One that has 10 guys, and then 4 hounds, and then another one that has 10 guys, and 17 hounds. And the reason for this is because in most games I do use the Kroot wall. One has to be bigger to make up the extra distance, while the other one is smaller. If that makes sense, yeah. Anyway, so against guard, you're probably not going to be assaulted, because they're pretty bad in combat, just like the Tau. But what they do is they bring lots of armor. Doo-doo. Alright, so here's the reason why I run them this way. The 14-man Kroot squad, the 4 hounds, comes out to a total of 94 points. The 17-man one comes to 112. Now, I don't bring any extra guys because they're initiative 3, and against most armies that's not going to be helpful. The extra guns could be, you know, you might say, oh, it's only an extra point for a gun, but really it's a bolter with AP 6, so that means even against guardsmen they're not going to even punch through their armor. And you don't need more guns from your troops against Tyranids and Orcs. You need it from other things. Mostly you need templates from your hammerheads. But anyway, I digress. Don't bring a Shaper, because basically a Shaper, on top of the 7 points you already paid for one of the guys, you have to pay an additional 21, which is basically 3 more Kroot guys. But he still dies to instant death from strength 6, so it's a waste of points. Yep, so here's what Kroot like to do. Alright, so one of the things that most people forget about Kroot is that they have the infiltrate rule. They don't forget that they have infiltrate, but what that does mean is that they can outflank. So against guardsmen, they're going to be set up in their table edge, or in their deployment zone. So here's what you do. If you outflank, usually... Darn it. Alright, so here's what most people forget about Kroot, is that they have the infiltrate rule. Not that they infiltrate, but that means they can outflank. Now with guard, they're going to be in their deployment zone, and usually they have enough stuff that it stretches across the entire table edge. So when you outflank, usually you can get to one part of the army, no matter what side you come in on. Here's one thing that can happen. Most people that I've seen that play guard like to set up their tanks up front and, you know, guys in front to help protect against assaults. But what they forget is, just like with space puppies, yeah, you can come in from behind. Now, most times people don't move their Leman Russes at all. So when you charge, check this out, I've already done the math hammer on it. Where'd my paper go? So the 14-man Kroot squad gets a total of 42 attacks. Now those all hit if it was a stationary vehicle, which means you get a total of 7 glances. So if you go against just one tank, that's 7 glances on one tank. Chances are you're going to blow off a weapon, but more importantly, even if you don't, the tank isn't shooting the next turn. So that's just a problem that you don't have to deal with. The 17-man squad gets a total of 8 glances. So I mean, you put that in a squadron, chances are neither of them are shooting, which is better. And on a 6 on the glance, don't forget that 1 dies because of the immobilized. Now, if they did move, they probably don't have enough movement to move around very far, usually only up to 6. So that means you need 4 pluses to hit. With the 14-man Kroot squad, you get a total of 42 attacks, 21 will hit, which equals 3 glances, which again will probably mean that they're not shooting, which is what you want. Even if you rolled all immobilized, that means not only do you get hits against them again if they ignore your Kroot, but you're also going to blow off a weapon, because immobilized goes to a weapon destroyed. And the 17-man Kroot squad, against needing a 4+, has 51 attacks, 21 will hit, which equals 4 glances. So you're not out to kill tanks, because it's really hard to glance a tank to death. Ask any Necron player, it's really hard. But the point isn't for it to kill him, it's so you don't have to worry about that tank shooting at the stuff that will kill tanks later. Alright, here in the middle of the table, I've set up one of a very popular tactic for mechanized guard, is they'll have a veteran squad with 3 melta-guns, or 2 melta-guns, however they get it out, inside of a vendetta. And what they'll do is, especially if they get the first turn, is they will alpha strike, meaning they will scout their vendetta forward, get out within, and then unload during their normal movement phase, and then try to nuke some important tank, usually a Land Raider or a Hammerhead or something. So how you can counteract this with Kroot is just by infiltrating them. Yay, infiltrate. Normal. Basically, when you scout, you can't finish your scouting move 12 inches within an enemy unit. So if you put your Kroot out in the open, right in front of the Vendetta or Valkyrie, chances are they're not going to be able to get to your Hammerhead. Let's get a wide shot of that. Basically, you're sacrificing the Kroot in order to save your Hammerhead. The Kroot will die in the open. It's okay, just string them all out in a line, 2 inches apart from each other. And yeah, so basically, save tanks, Kroot dead, it's okay. Kroot don't do much against guardsmen since they're only AP 6 with their strength 4 guns. Yeah, that's that. Alright, then over here on this side of the table, if your opponent's smart and figures out after you're done setting up that you're going to outflank with them, which you have to actually declare, so it's not that smart, but if he's smart enough to block his side off, basically you're stuck with assaulting guardsmen. Now, I run the numbers on this, and this is a full guardsman squad. This is 30 guys, it's 3 platoons with a commissar inside. This is usually the bubble wrap, quote, tactic I see with guard. And that's just, you know, my local area. Oh, shaky camera. Alright, so here's the thing. So the 14-man Kroot squad, basically, they will assault. The hounds will kill 3, and the other guys will kill 4, leaving a total of 7 dead. Now, attacking back, the guardsmen will kill 7 dead total. Don't forget that the hounds do go first with their initiative 5. And the 17-man squad will kill 6 with the hounds, 4 with the guys, leaving a total of 10 dead, 9 back from the guardsmen, which means you win. But they're usually stubborn, so you just sit there with the commissar, and you fight again next turn. Now, this is taking the low side of averages for the Kroot, and then the high side for the guardsmen, and that's at full strength. So if this happens to you, where you can't get to the vehicles behind to make them not shoot for the next turn, go ahead for a turn or two, plug away at the guardsmen with the templates from the hammerheads. If not, they'll be using vehicles to cover the side. Take your hammerhead, anywhere over here you're starting to get side shots. See, check that out. Hello, Hydra over there. I have your side armor. Pew! You can even do it all the way over here from your...
I think that's how Hydra crew talk, too. People think you're joking, but it's an accurate representation.
Accurate of how Hydra crew talk. Especially the Forge World Hydras. Those are awesome. Even if you're in your corner over here, you can still... You have 72 inches, so... Here, you're not going to be able to hit, because that's corner to corner. But if you stay, you know, in this little area right here with your 6-inch move, 12 inches if you took a multi-tracker so you can still shoot, you're still going to hit that no matter what. Another thing that you can do, if you're feeling brave, is your Devilfish can come up to the side shots with the Smart Missile system. Remember, that ignores cover, or doesn't grant cover unless you're in area terrain. So it's a long shot, but I have blown up Chimera chassis side vehicles with smart missiles. Doesn't happen often, but if you're feeling you know, risky, adventurous for it, go for it. Alright. Anyway, back to this whole thing that I totally got sidetracked from. Remember that when you outflank, you don't have to come in over here. You have the entire table edge. So, with the 14-man squad, if you're faced with this situation, it's usually better to come back onto your side, usually if there's an objective. See? Objective. Arrows pointing at objective. If it's kill points, definitely stay back, because you probably won't win. Yeah. I think that's everything. Oh yeah, don't forget that those numbers were full squad for, like, the full 31-man squad infantry for guard, and then using the low side of averages for the recruit. Let's see here. Oh, I also did the high side of averages. So the high side of the averages, the 14-man will kill 9, or no, will kill 8 at the end of the combat, and the guardsman will kill a total of 9. So you still lose by 1 with the 14-man. 17 kill a total of 11, while they only kill 8 back for the guardsmen. And that's taking the high side of averages for both sides. So, yeah. I think that's all I've got for you today. Yeah, okay. Anyway, if you want me to talk about something else, in the comments, leave what you want me to talk about. And if you see something there, like if someone says, I want you to talk about tactics for Tomb Kings, don't keep writing, I want more Tomb Kings. Just thumbs up the Tomb Kings, and I'll count those all up, and if I have something to say about them, I'll do them. But basically, that's it for the tactics today. Alright, see ya.